there's a link between the gender of the baby you have and whether you expose yourself to heat therapy. Apparently, when you're exposed to excessive heat repeatedly, it kills the male sperm or slows them down. And so the female sperm are the ones that make it to the end.
Wow.
So if you really want to hack your gender, if you really want a boy, then you guys are...
All right, guys, got Tyler and Adam here today. We're going to talk saunas. Let's go.
do it.
One of my favorite things in life, honestly.
Same.
It's gonna...
I feel different when I don't sauna.
Like how so?
Like I've split tested a week where I sauna like every day versus not, and I just feel less energized. I have a red light sauna. Feel less energized. Feel like more issues sleeping at night. Like I feel like saunas kind of tired me out, especially at night.
For
So
sure.
you're talking about how you like to sauna at night primarily, right?
I usually do night, yeah.
Yeah. And like people think it's controversial or interesting that when you take a sauna, your body basically does everything it can to cool itself down. And so if you go to bed, let's say an hour or two after you sauna, your internal core body temperature is going to be lower than before you took the sauna, and your body sleeps better in cooler states. And so that's why you get better REM, better deep sleep, because your body's cooler essentially.
Yeah, I've split tested it because I have an 8 sleep and an Oura ring. And when I do sauna, my scores are higher actually.
So we use both too. Do you have like a preference, or if you notice like discrepancies between an 8 sleep and the Oura ring? Because I feel like the Oura ring's a tougher critic, and the
Way
8 sleep
tougher.
always boosts up my scores. And he says it's because there's a conflict of interest.
I mean, the 8 sleep wants to make it look like their product is working. Right?
I feel that,
So
I feel that.
it's in their best interest to boost their scores, I think. But my Oura rings are always showing me a little bit lower.
Same. I get 90s on my 8 sleep almost every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes 98, 99, but on this I'll get 80s a lot.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever wake up in the middle of the night freezing though with your 8 sleep?
Yeah.
I got to turn it off sometimes.
So
That's why you need a partner. My
Yeah.
girlfriend is basically just like the furnace blanket. Or if I
her
get cold, I'm
side's
like,
104, I think. Isn't that crazy?
104?
Yeah.
So it's hotter.
She likes the hundreds.
Oh my God.
oh man,
Wow.
she might have a little demon in her head.
I think women in general just like the heat when they sleep.
Yeah, well, also, your colleague told us that women in general should sleep 10 hours a night.
Yeah, they should sleep more than men statistically.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's like science behind that.
So now I have an excuse to convince my girlfriend to sleep in on weekends. I'm like, babe, you need it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you're gonna join her.
Yeah.
It's really for you.
Yeah, but she used to always give me shit that I don't sleep enough, and now it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need an extra hour than men.
Yeah.
So how much how many
About
hours?
7 to 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
And when you sauna, do you get a little more?
A little more, yeah. Maybe
Deeper,
an extra
maybe.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think you just get a deeper, more restorative sleep too. You get a
Yeah.
higher quality sleep.
It's also just like at the end of a long day, there's all the scientific benefits of the vasodilation and, expelling toxins, the sweat, like you said, your body naturally cooling, but also just like this spiritual aspect of getting in that room and like going, it's so relaxing, and it's just kind of go through this like euphoric state of like forgetting your entire day and all the stresses that are pulling you in different directions from work and conversations, plans. So it just kind of resets your
100%.
whole central nervous system.
Yeah.
So you can just fall into bed.
There's so many benefits.
And you just get a release of like serotonin and oxytocin, which puts you in like this feel good state. And like you can easily switch if you have like a super stressful day or you're on a bunch of stimulants or whatever. You sauna and you instantly get put in like this parasympathetic, like relax and digest state. So it makes it easier to sleep at night. And that's why I can't do like an intense sauna session when I wake up. Some people are like, wake up, get my morning tea or lemon water, go in the sauna, have like a 45-minute session and then start my day. But I'll like crash after that. I feel like it's almost like a mini workout if you do like an intense.
I'll have to nap after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it in the morning also.
That's why cold plunge in the AM and sauna in the PM.
For sure.
Especially for those that don't like consume a lot of caffeine or any caffeine in general. I feel like the cold plunge, when you get like that neural cocktail of like of dopamine and norepinephrine that can last like 6-7 hours, that's like the best tool for owning.
It's also like the cold plunge is such a hard task to complete in your day, and I feel like if you don't do it in the morning, you're just pushing it off. You might never do it. But like the morning's the best time. You get out of bed, it's the first thing you do. I had one on my balcony for a long time, one of our portable cold plunges that we sell. I got rid of it because so some friends that are engineers and contractors were like, that's a lot of weight of however many gallons of water that is, and that would be a shitty way to die. So I thought, you're right. That would be the worst way to die. I'd probably kill my neighbor if they're on there. So I'm on the 4th floor. But yeah, so I got rid of it. But that few months that I had it, it was like the best mornings ever. It's euphoric, and it's like doing it's like doing stimulants without even.
Damn, so I got to get a plunge too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm all about the sauna. I haven't really been plunging though.
Yeah, I mean, the sauna, I would say, is number one. That's your first focus. Get that dialed in, your sauna routine, because then your sleep's dialed in, everything's falls into place. But the cold plunge is like a next step if you want to add that in.
And if you fall from your balcony in the cold plunge, at least you'll be numb from the cold plunge. You won't necessarily feel it.
That's a good point.
And morning is like, it's the best time, but it's also the worst time, because when you get out of your cozy warm bed or like your 8 sleep, the last thing you want to do is jump in freezing water.
Facts.
But that's kind of the best time to do it because it builds resilience. There's this area in your brain called the mid-cingulate prefrontal cortex, and basically like the more you do things that you don't want to do and force yourself to do it, you build that part of your brain. It actually gets bigger, and so accomplishing other like harder tasks throughout your day becomes easier as well. So you're also like getting like, you're kind of training mentally in the morning. You're doing something you really don't want to do.
For sure. I'll look into plunges too then.
Yeah, definitely.
Which brands do you guys sell your own?
We sell our own.
Sell the best. And it matches the Luminar. What's unique about ours, so all other cold plunges, for the most part, there's an exception with maybe like a few brands out there, they get down to like 38, 37 degrees, which is still really, really cold.
Yeah.
But there was research coming out that a lower duration but lower temperature, you can have like a better dose and more effects. And so we have this patented technology that can convert the cold plunge into basically an ice tub, where it creates like huge floating glaciers all around the water, so you can submerge and have like a true ice bath experience. Because all this data is coming out through like the Nordic cultures, right? Around like longevity and a lot of like the brand and benefits about contrast therapy, but oftentimes they test them going into like freezing lakes, right? When it's like 33
ice cold.
Yeah. But us Americans are like, hovering around 40 degrees, and it doesn't have the same impact.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because certain Lifetime gyms have a cold plunge, but they're not that cold.
No, they're probably mid 40s to low 50s maybe.
They're gonna have some Sunhomes though. We just did a deal with them.
Oh yeah.
Where we were on like all the TVs and kind of select high income locations for November and December, and then in exchange they're getting a bunch of our products.
Dope.
So
please send some to the Vegas one, man.
For
That'd
sure.
be great.
Oh yeah. So we I was thinking like there's different theories around how you should sauna, how you should cold plunge. Like Tyler was saying, you naturally cool down after the sauna. You want to let your body do its thing. There's also, if you're going to stick with the cold plunge, right, letting your body naturally get to that warm state. People say don't cold plunge right after the gym if you're lifting weights,
right,
because it doesn't
stunts the muscle growth.
Stunts the muscle growth, constricts the blood vessels. Sauna would be better post gym, maybe cold plunge pre gym to get that energy lift. However, there is another thing called contrast therapy where you do them both together, and that's a whole nother world of, it's kind of even a different modality, because you're going back and forth between the vasodilation and constriction, and then you also enter this next level of euphoria, like going from a sauna where you're like sweating your ass off about to die, and then you jump into a cold plunge and it's like you see God.
Oh yeah. I went to a Russian bathhouse once in New York.
Oh yeah.
That was probably the best I've ever felt.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I need to do that
nice.
again.
I know. I need to go.
There's one like really popular,
out.
famous one in New York. I wonder if you went to that.
It might have been. It was packed.
Yeah.
Like there was 8 people in the hot tub.
And the cold plunge is like a pool, right? It's really
Yeah.
big. Yeah. Yeah.
It was probably that
So
one.
that Russian bathhouse, do they hit you with the like?
No, I don't remember
different.
that, but there was different rooms. Some of them were steam rooms, some of them were saunas. There was a couple cold plunges. It was nice. Dude.
Yeah. See, I'm at the age where if I go to New York, that's what I want to do. I want to go out. I want to go do that.
Yeah, screw the club. I'm going to the Russian bathhouse.
Exactly.
Same with us.
It's the new club though. People, I mean, Gen Z, they don't
Yeah.
even drink anymore. They're moving from the party life that the millennials live to the wellness life, and it's just becoming more and more.
I just read an article on this, like wellness clubs. Have you seen
Yeah.
the emergence of those?
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's a lot popping up in more like metro condensed areas. Like Remedy Place is one.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're turning basically into like social wellness clubs now.
That's probably good for you guys, right? You can
Yeah.
get some saunas in there and cold plunges.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just really helping like democratize and evangelize the industry in general, right?
You've got weight loss goals, but hitting them is another story. If you want to know what's really worth your time when it comes to losing weight, skip the guesswork and get Weight Loss by Hims. It's designed to support you in losing the weight and keeping it off. And Hims now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen, plus lifestyle tips to support you along the way. With Wegovy at Hims, you can lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite and eat less, so success is within reach. Plus, Wegovy is the first GLP-1 pill, so there are no needles needed. Ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/DSH to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's HIMS.com/DSH, hims.com/DSH. Weight Loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk AS. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
Because people will have a really good experience in those bathhouses or like the social wellness clubs. And then they're like, well, I don't want to do this maybe with 50 other people. I want to have this experience in my house, or I want to use like infrared or different types of technologies. And so then they come to us. So I think it's a great like gateway drug for contrast therapy because it's so accessible. You pay a one-time fee, you go with your friends, no stress. And then eventually they want to upgrade and get their own units.
For sure. Can you guys explain the difference with cheap saunas versus the higher end ones?
Yeah, especially it's an important topic given like, I'm sure you've seen the Costco saunas go viral. As an example,
$3,000, right?
Yeah, and they all look pretty similar, like online, and they do a good job at kind of masking it, where they look somewhat premium. But these are all mass-produced and imported from China with very low quality standards, specifically when it comes to the materials and the heaters that are used.
Yeah.
And so people, like, we'll hear stories of people that get sick after buying a Costco or an Amazon sauna because of all the off-gassing, right? They're built and constructed with toxic glues that release formaldehyde, which is basically a toxic substance that can cause like cognitive decline and various, really tough issues. The saunas warp within a few months because they use the cheapest hemlock wood possible with laminate on it. And so if you put it to the highest temperature, it'll start warping within a few months.
What's warping?
Warping will like the wood will essentially bend and fluctuate, and it won't maintain like its structural integrity, which is the whole point of a sauna. And then the whole point of a sauna is to sweat. But these are really cheap, low-powered heaters, and so you'll spend an hour getting it to maybe 120 or 130, and so you won't get your heart rate up, you won't get the cardiovascular benefits, and so people look at the price tag, they're like, oh, I can take the sauna home today, but at the end of the day, a few months later, they're with just this crap box in the basement.
Yeah, so if you take a little bit of time to do a little more research, it's pays off. The other thing is EMFs. Did you mention that?
No.
So EMFs with these cheaper heaters, it's a type of electromagnetic field that comes off of the heaters or electronics. It's in a lot of electronic devices, but it's actually can be harmful, and have potential health risks. And so a lot of people are very concerned with these EMFs. And so when you buy a cheap sauna, you could actually be doing more harm than good to your body. Wow. And then the other thing is like the warranty, and I'd love to know what kind of support you get on those saunas. Our company, Sunhome, we pride ourselves in phone support pretty much most hours of the day. You can reach out to us anytime. We'll walk you through your issue. If you have one, send you a replacement part, get a tech out there if we need to. So I feel like, paying a little bit more for that experience and being able to say if something goes wrong, we'll be there to fix it. And all the other things Tyler mentioned, it pays for itself.
Yeah, for me personally, when it comes to health, I don't cheap out on it. You know what I mean?
No
I'd
way.
rather pay a little more just for quality.
Yeah.
So one thing you shouldn't cheap out on, like a nice mattress or your 8 Sleep or your Aura Ring or like organic foods, right? You may seem like a higher upfront cost, but it's something like it'll pay dividends.
I think in the long run, you probably save money.
Yeah,
For sure. You save money for your health costs. It's your body being able to be more productive at work or make more money.
I mean, like What if you have to get a new Costco sauna every 6 months? But what about like the hospital bills when you have mold toxicity or, you know, dangerous EMF levels in your body?
I got shout out to Aries Tech. Have you guys have you guys heard of this company?
No.
Anti-EMF. I got it on my phone.
Oh, interesting. I'm surprised you're not wearing your
You
Oh, you are.
Yeah, I got this in Hawaii.
Oh, I've seen that. Is that Quantum Tech, Leela?
No, this is actually handmade by someone that I ran into in Kona, and they use like a number of certain like on-island crystals actually.
Wow.
That help mitigate a lot of the EMF. So I always wear it when I'm traveling or exposed to a lot of like electrical devices. So
That's smart.
yeah, but I've heard of these things too. And you just kind of keep it around your phone, or
you could get the phone one. They have stuff for the studio. I think every wall here has one.
Oh, cool.
They came on the show and live tested it with a doctor, and I was hooked up to a brain scan.
Really?
No way.
Demonstrated its
No way.
effectiveness. That's what sold me on it. Because I know a lot of the EMF stuff is kind of woo-woo to certain people, but they demonstrated its effectiveness.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. So I liked that about them.
yeah, I wonder if you could somehow integrate these in a sauna then,
Probably. Because certain saunas have a lot of EMF, right?
Yeah, or even like traditional saunas with the hot rock stone heaters. They don't make low EMF traditional sauna heaters. And so I'm wondering if you could maybe put this somewhere around like the panels, like the wood panels, if it would help with that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Do you guys have a preference between the infrared and the hot ones?
Honestly, I kind of get the best of both worlds because I can have both in my house, but it depends on the benefits that you're looking for. If I'm like really sore after a workout and I need like inflammation reduction in my knees or my elbows, then I'll gravitate towards an infrared sauna because the infrared wavelengths can penetrate your skin, your muscle tissue, and reduce your inflammation. If I'm going on a podcast and want to look pretty, I'll go in the infrared sauna because it helps with producing collagen and skin tightness and elasticity. So that's why infrared saunas paired with red light that we have integrated are gaining a lot of traction in like the anti-aging space. Also with detox. And so if I have like maybe like I'm going to a bachelor party or I'm in an area that it's exposed to a lot of like airborne pathogens or smoke, I'll go into infrared sauna because it's more effective for detox. I've talked about this before. They did this study where they put firefighters in a traditional sauna and then an infrared sauna. They took samples of their sweat and then measured the heavy metals, microplastics, and other pathogens in the sweat. And the infrared saunas contain 95 or 96% more heavy metals and pathogens in the sweat versus a traditional sauna.
Damn.
And so it's way more effective at purging the body from non-native substances.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean, a traditional sauna, we'll talk about its benefits, but all it's doing is it's an electric stove in a wooden box. It heats the air like a stove would, and that makes your body sweat when you're hot. Right? And that's the primary form. But the fact that infrared connects with your body directly, it doesn't heat up the air necessarily. It just heats your body up. And so it's called inside-out heat. So it's way better at expelling all of those toxins because it's pulling it out directly versus just heating the air.
Wow.
Yeah, when it's just the air that's hot, it just kind of feels like you're in like a hot, stuffy room, right? It's like there's a certain feeling you get from that still makes you sweat. But then it's like, compare that to going out on a sunny day and feeling the warmth of the sun heat your body directly. It's like a different mechanism of heating your body, and you can feel that difference the second you step in. You get into a hot 185, let's say 175 traditional sauna at your gym. You walk in there, you're like, whew, it's stuffy in here. The air is hot. My skin's hot. You try to stay in for 20 minutes, but you go into an infrared sauna, you immediately feel that warmth, like you're under the sun, and it's heating that body directly, and you feel that like deep sweat. It's
different.
It hits different for sure.
I agree. I've tried both. I mean, I like the infrared a little more based off the reasons you said. I'm a basketball player. I have a lot of inflammation. Also, the sauna at Lifetime, not to like call them out, but they found some mold in it.
Oh, really?
Because you got to clean that shit all the time.
There's so much humidity in it, and that's where mold can survive. When you pour water on the rocks, or just in that environment, and that's like a breeding ground for mold.
And there's tons of people in and out of there.
In and out, and they're wearing their gym clothes.
Some of them are naked, some of them are wearing gym clothes.
When someone walks in with their gym clothes, I'm like, dude, that's when it starts to smell. All the microbes in there, and the clothes is one thing, but the shoes. Anytime someone comes in with their shoes, I'm like, you gotta take those off. Get out of here. It's because you immediately start to smell that. It's like heating it up. So that's why people are gravitating towards these home saunas, because you go to the gym and there's all, it's like you're trying to have this like euphoric, like meditative experience. And then, you know, there's people in there with bad hygiene or whatever, or mold growing in the sauna. And
blasting music.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why people are really moving towards these in-home units.
Do you ever look at your bank account and feel like you're getting hit with fees for no reason, like overdraft fees, monthly fees, ATM fees, just for using your own money? That's exactly why I want to put you onto something better. Chime is changing the way people bank. They're not like traditional banks that nickel and dime you with random charges. Chime gives you access to thousands of fee-free ATMs, and here's where it gets interesting. Chime members can earn up to $1,150 in annual rewards completely fee-free. If you set up direct deposit, you unlock the most rewarding way to bank with Chime. They've also got 24/7 customer support with real humans, and they've rated 5 stars by USA Today for customer service. Get 5% cash back on your Chime card in categories you actually use, like gas or groceries. You also get premium travel perks like airport lounge access and 24/7 concierge. Plus, with MyPay, you can access up to $500 of your paycheck early. And if you ever need a cushion, Spot Me lets you overdraft up to $200 fee-free. Honestly, my younger self would have benefited from something like this. Go to chime.com/DSH. That's chime.com/DSH.
Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services for MyPay and Chime Card provided by Chime's bank partners. Optional products and services may have fees or charges. Stated annual percentage yield and cashback for Chime Prime only. No minimum balance required. Checking account ranking based on a JD Power survey published October 20, 2025. For more information on APY rates, MyPay, Spot Me, and travel perks, go to chime.com/disclosures.
Bad sauna etiquette at the gyms, man.
Kills me.
Yeah, and so I'd put like my AirPods on like noise canceling, but then it's so hot in those traditional saunas that they burn out.
Yeah, there is. I will say
my phone always overheats in those.
There is there is something with traditional though. People like him, like Joe Rogan. He cranks his up to 220, and he wants to feel like he's on the edge of dying at 20 minutes. People like traditional because they like to get it really hot, right, and feel that heat, and that's kind of what it's traditional. It's what it started with in Finland, right? So I'm not trying to totally shut down those saunas, but it's a matter of like what you're looking for, right? Are you looking to just get that extreme heat, or are you looking for some of those more therapeutic benefits? And ideally, you have one of each.
Yeah, that's my goal. That's my goal. Any worries with the fertility issue? I know some people think there is a link there. Have you guys studied that at all?
Well, there's a link between the gender of the baby you have and whether you expose yourself to heat therapy. So as an example, is like my girlfriend's dad, he is obsessed with the hot tub.
Yeah.
And so he's in there every single night. Same with your grandpa.
Every night.
Yeah.
Together? That's cute.
Yeah, exactly. Bros. They're long friends.
But he had 2 girls. And apparently when you're exposed to excessive heat repeatedly, it kills the male sperm or slows them down. And so the female sperm are the ones that make it to the end.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know that.
And so if you really want to hack your gender, if you really want a boy, then when you guys are, practicing, don't stay out of the sauna.
My grandfather had two girls.
No way.
Well, then he had a boy, 3 girls, 1 boy. So
his hot tub might have broke.
that week it was down.
Yo.
But we're developing. So there's this brand. I don't know if we can talk about it yet, but fuck it. Called Nads. You ever heard of Nads?
No, what is that?
So when you're wearing normal boxer brief or underwear as men, that's up against your junk. You're typically like, those harmful chemicals and harsh materials will get ingested.
Right. The microplastics, right?
Yeah. And then we'll get into like
polyester, right?
Yeah. We'll like get into.
I wear bamboo underwear actually.
Oh, bamboo.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. But it'll affect your sperm count. It can decrease your testosterone as well. So sauna's great for obviously detoxing from all of that. But I'm sure you've seen on social media about icing the boys.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're developing in partnership with Nads boxer briefs with a built-in pouch for an ice pack.
Oh, that's sick.
So when you go in, it's all organic material, and then you can put the pouch in. And
Heat the body while you ice the boys.
I did buy the ice pack. Do you guys use that at all, or
the which?
The ice pack for the boys?
Oh no, I haven't used it yet.
Yeah, I haven't.
How do you like it?
No, I bought it, but I just haven't used it.
Is it for you in the sauna or just when
in the
you're
sauna?
chilling?
Yeah, I also bought the hat that Tucker Carlson wears.
The
Russian hat.
We sell the sauna, or we provide them for free with our sauna.
Oh, you do?
So you'll get some with yours,
Cool.
but those are actually very proven, and those work because your head is the first to overheat,
right?
And so these usually they're merino wool, right? Mm-hmm. And they have this insulative layer. So your head doesn't get too hot, so you can get the full benefits of the body by staying in a little bit longer. So yeah, we love those hats. Also, they look a little goofy, but I think now they look cool.
That's why I haven't brought it to Lifetime, because people are gonna look at me.
No, people feel like respect, and we have, and ours are like really cool bucket hats too. So they actually,
I'll try.
Yeah, we should have. We actually brought them to wear on the podcast.
Oh, you did?
No, I'm kidding. We should have. We did bring you a gift though, so remind me to.
Oh, thank you.
To get that for you.
But also, women love the sauna hats because your hair can really dry out in traditional saunas, and so putting that on, it keeps it from getting frizzy.
Men too.
Yeah. Any studies with men and women when it comes to how long they should be in the sauna, or should they be in the same amount, you guys think?
Women typically need slightly less than men and slightly lower temperatures. And so if you're going in as a couple together, I would like usually the woman should get out around 25% earlier than the man.
That's good to know.
Yeah. And especially with cold plunges as well. Typically around like a 40%, 20 to 40% decrease in temperature for women versus men. Before it starts having diminishing returns or adverse effects. But guys, they can go in like 32-degree water with floating glaciers, and it's not an issue.
Yeah, we have seen some studies that show that infrared is better for women.
Okay.
Traditional or hotter saunas can be intense on the skin. So there's only one or two studies coming out around that. So it's contrary to years of these other hundreds of finished studies around traditional saunas. So just something to consider.
Yeah, that makes sense because infrared's fairly new, right?
Well, I think around the 80s is when it started to get popular, but in the last like 5 to 10 years, it's really blown up because people are really seeing the benefits and the science behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, NASA actually invented the technology.
No way.
Yeah. And that's actually what they use to keep babies warm in the hospital.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a very like safe modality and mechanism for heating the body. But it really started getting popularity over the past, I would say, like 10 years or so. It's also much easier to set up an infrared sauna than a traditional sauna. If you get like a 1 to 2 person, you don't need to put in like a 240-volt electrical and spend thousands of dollars on that. For the bigger ones, you do. But yeah, I would say like in the past like 10 years, it really started blowing up because of social media as well. A lot of these like wellness personalities and longevity specialists, typically, infrareds used to be somewhat like of a woo-woo. There wasn't a lot of data and science behind it.
Yeah.
But that's really starting to accelerate, and infrared's starting to overtake other forms of.
Yeah, that's a good point too. It doesn't necessarily heat up all these like rocks and this huge heater to heat a traditional sauna. So like I have an infrared in my 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
And it's great. When I turn it off, it cools down. If I had a traditional, it would probably turn my apartment into a furnace,
For sure.
So
yeah, and I think today, like more than ever, people need to use saunas because it's a tool to help mitigate chronic disease. And over like 25% of the population in America has some type of chronic illness, whether that's cardiovascular disease or whatnot. And so it's a great tool to help for that. And then everyone's talking about longevity.
Yeah.
And saunas are proven to ignite longevity genes and longevity pathways. And so if you want to live longer, live healthier, going in the sauna a few times a week can be like a big staple for that as well.
100%.
So it's gone beyond just people like associated saunas maybe 10 years ago with like, I go to the spa and I go to the sauna to like feel good and relax. Or like, no, there are like serious benefits that can extend your life and prevent disease.
I highly recommend for people watching, if they haven't seen Brian Johnson's sauna video,
yeah,
that shit was nuts. I think he got like 90% of the microplastics out of his balls.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like he has like the tests and data to validate it, right?
Yep.
Like there's often, you'll see on social media, a lot of like clickbaity type influencers that talk about saunas or the dangers of saunas, but they don't have like any studies to reference. Like he puts in the work.
Yeah.
And so it's great for like the industry in helping validate the reasons why saunas are so powerful. And especially for detoxing, because I feel like nowadays everyone is exposed to some form of microplastic or heavy metal. Like I know you have the glass bottle, so we're stoked on that. But like people don't have the awareness that if they go to the airport and they get plastic bottles or sip out of that, like the likelihood there's microplastics seeping into your system are like pretty
much guaranteed.
Yeah. If you live in a city like New York or Chicago and you're exposed to like dirty air like that,
Yeah, I got air filters in every house.
Yeah.
Same.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homes are mold factories.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every room. Yeah, it's really important.
Yeah, Dr. Rhonda Patrick she's a big proponent of saunas as well. If you follow her, she talks a lot about the benefits and the health risks that it mitigates. So cardiovascular is one, but Alzheimer's is another one, because it's just such a sad, terrible disease that we don't have much knowledge on, how to prevent. And so if this is one thing you can do to prevent it, it's pretty amazing that these studies are coming out that shows how much it can prevent, Alzheimer's or dementia.
And we talked about this earlier too in the lobby, but another reason why infrared's powerful is because it can help prevent cognitive decline, where I feel like the bro culture, when traditional saunas, they're like, oh, I put it at 200, 220 and just like endure it and muscle through it. But now I think it's Rhonda Patrick that that showed evidence that if you sauna over 200 degrees, it increases your risk of dementia and Alzheimer's.
Jeez.
So you can just like reverse the benefits you think you're getting out of a sauna by just overdoing it. And so I think there's a balance, especially if I know I'm getting sick. I'll go in the sauna at low heat for 20 minutes for more like a detox, and also to increase white blood cell count. So when you're in an infrared sauna and you start sweating, your body basically mimics a pseudo flu. It thinks you have the flu.
Oh, wow.
And so it starts mobilizing and enlisting white blood cells. And blood cells are what's used to fight infection. And so during flu season, especially, doing an infrared sauna a few times a week will really help you mitigate your likelihood of either getting the flu, or it'll be like way less drastic,
Flu season last month was nuts.
Oh, it's crazy.
I knew everyone.
Down hard.
Dude, everyone got
that
it.
new super flu that was going
Yeah,
around.
I got it. Like, I don't know a single person that didn't have it, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like, it was that bad.
it's gnarly.
I avoided it somehow.
How?
I don't know. I got the flu shot because I think it helps.
That's probably why.
Well, it helps, like, it doesn't fully help with that super flu. That was the issue. That's why everyone was getting it. But I got lucky with that.
No, I got absolutely wrecked. I think the sauna probably shaved a couple days off, though, because I was sick for
good.
like 3 days, but everyone else was sick for like 5, 6, 7 days.
Yeah, and so you have right now
I have a infrared. Yeah, it only gets to 165, though.
Okay, is it full spectrum or far infrared?
I don't know, actually, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't just say it'll have the heater will have near, mid, and far infrared wavelengths, and it'll be advertised as full spectrum, so you'd probably know it. But if you go into the sauna, like a traditional sauna, high heat sauna, when you're already starting to get sick, that's when it'll put you over the edge, and you'll just feel like the next morning you'll wake up and feel like crap.
Really?
Yeah. And so you really have to listen to your body. And if you think you're getting sick, super low heat therapy to help with the white blood cell count, but don't go into like a gnarly session or
that's good to know.
You could have diminishing returns. Also, what's interesting about infrared saunas, and people associate saunas with like more heat, more sweat, more benefits. With infrared, it's entirely different. You want to get the highest dose of the infrared wavelengths absorbed in your body, right? Your body wants to absorb that, and that's where you get the benefits. And you absorb the most amount of infrared between the temperatures of 120 to 140.
No way.
Yeah.
That's pretty low.
It's pretty low.
Right.
So you can stay in for a lot longer, right? You can stay in for 45 minutes or an hour. But some people, they associate, if I'm sweating more, that must mean that the sauna is working more, I'm getting more benefits. But a lot of the benefits you can't feel right away. It's working in the background, it's working internally. So if if your sole goal with an infrared sauna is for therapeutic benefits, then you just have to, endure it for a little bit longer, 45, 60 minutes, 120 to 140.
Wow. That just changed my whole opinion, because I always max it out. I think as guys, we just want to get to the highest temperature. You know what I mean?
That's
But I'm
just
going to
our
try that
culture.
out for a week and see how I feel.
Yeah, and then if you integrate, do you have red light therapy within your
There's a
sauna as
panel
well?
on the top. Yeah, red light panel.
Oh, it's on the ceiling?
It's on the ceiling.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I guess help with maybe hair growth or something. But ideally you want it like right in front of you, so you can get full body irradiance. Because if you're like ideally 1 to 3 feet away from the panel, and if you have like a full body one, which is usually like 3 feet high,
Yeah.
you want it covering from like at least your ankles up to the top of your head.
Okay.
And that's when it's going to help with like skin rejuvenation, inflammation reduction, mitochondrial optimization. If it's just like up there, it's going to have to get through your hair, through your skull.
Yeah, good luck getting through this hair.
Yeah, as you get higher on the wavelengths on the spectrum from like far infrared to mid to near to red, it gets more directional. So the red, and where it's spaced. The far infrared travels a little bit farther. So the red, it's important, where it's facing. Are you getting like, the front of your body, the back, your head? But there's there's a lot of benefits to the red as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, who's going to sit in front of a red light panel for like 30 minutes? It's just very awkward.
It's boring,
And
yeah.
then
Boring.
go in your sauna.
And then go in your sauna. So to combine them is just like
No
brainer. And then, to your point about the, that perfect temperature of like 120 to 140, people are also starting to do workouts in these saunas. So not like cranking it all the way up, but like a nice happy medium, like 120, where you're still getting a lot of most of the benefits.
Yeah, like hot yoga almost. Right?
Hot yoga. We have removable benches on one of our newer units, so you can do yoga. You can put a Peloton in there. You can.
No way.
Yeah, it's.
I have a
pretty
Peloton.
cool.
Maybe I'll.
Oh, there you go.
Throw it in there.
Wow, you have
Holy
all
crap.
the hacks, all the.
Yeah, so your
all the
sauna's big because if you could fit a Peloton.
This
Yeah,
one's the
It's a
4-person.
4-person one, and you can just fit the Peloton in. But we got a lot of requests from customers that want to do like full body stretching or yoga, because if you put it out like 110, 120, you could do like a full workout in there, and then your heart rate is elevated more than you would be outside the sauna. I mean, an easy hack if you want to like accelerate the amount of calories you burn and intensify like your sauna session and your heart rate is go for a run or go chase your girlfriend around the house or go on a Stairmaster, get your heart rate elevated to maybe like, I don't know, 140 around there. And then if you go in a preheated sauna, it'll remain at 140 the entire time.
No
so you're
way.
at 30 minutes at a 140 heart rate, which is like zone 2 cardio. And you're just sitting there. So it's called stationary cardio. So you get all the calorie burn, all the cardiovascular benefits without having to move.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's what they assign like those that are handicapped or like they're demobilized.
Yeah.
They'll basically put them in a sauna and crank up the heat. It'll get their heart rate
Smart.
going. At least they get some type of cardiovascular benefit from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard a lot about the zone 2.
Yeah, I'm working
benefits.
on my VO2 max right now, actually.
Oh,
So
nice.
That's one of the most important longevity metrics.
Oh,
So,
hell yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we haven't really stressed that zone 2 importance until recently, I feel like. And it's very, it's very crucial because you're not just getting the strength of your heart, but the endurance. And so, yeah, it sounds like you're well aware.
Yeah,
of
when
the
you get our
importance.
sauna, dude, you should rip the Peloton, set ours to like maybe like 150 to 170, measure your heart rate, and then go in the sauna and just see how.
Yeah, I can't wait to
Things
track it.
elevated.
I'm a nerd with this stuff with the
You,
aura.
you feel it also at the end of your session, whether it's traditional or infrared, you start to feel the heartbeat rising. And that's how you know, that's how I know I'm like, okay, 20 minutes, I'm getting the benefits, my heart rate's up. That's why they say 20 minutes, because you get a lot of the detox and heat shock proteins, all those key benefits at around 16, 17 minutes.
Okay.
So 20 is kind of the perfect.
That's good
standard,
to know. 'Cause
yeah.
Sometimes my ego kicks in and I try to last 30 or
I mean,
40.
it's good too if you can do it.
Yeah.
But I think, where people fall short is like 15 or 10. It's like you're
No,
just
that's not
starting to get
enough.
hot. And that's not enough. You got to get the
No, I was
20.
telling you guys out there, I've left the sauna sometimes at Lifetime, like hanging on to the walls.
Yeah.
Like my ego kicks in.
Yeah, right? It definitely does.
Do you hydrate in the sauna?
So that I'd love to get your opinion on because I don't, but I see some people bring in drinks. What do you think about that?
I mean, you should bring in drinks for safety, but what the data shows is that you're supposed to have some type of acute dehydration in the sauna to spur a lot of the benefits. And so the goal is hydrate pre-sauna, maybe have like a half a scoop of electrolytes,
Okay.
go in the sauna, don't have a sip of water until you're out of the sauna, and then you can electrolyte and hydrate at that point, because you want to spark this type of acute hydration because that has this like cascade of benefits.
Got it.
Versus if you're constantly hydrated, you won't get that, and it'll also cool your internal body temperature down as well.
That makes sense. I always thought it was ironic when people bring in water to the sauna and then they're like drinking it as they're in there.
Yeah, or like they're bringing like a plastic water bottle. I'm like, these plastics are probably all in the air now. Everyone's.
I
getting
want to tell
sprayed
them
by it.
so bad
I know.
sometimes, but I don't want to be like a Karen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should just have like sauna etiquette on the freaking side of it. They'll know what to do.
At our gym in San Diego, it's the door, man. People
Oh, they
open
leave it open.
Leave it open. They'll be like talking to someone, doors wide open, all the dudes getting out.
All the
like,
cold air is getting in.
and then everyone's like, come on, shut the door. And then
Yeah.
when they leave, they do it again, leave the door open.
It's the worst. Some people shave in the steam room.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
god,
That's the worst.
that's also like so unsanitary for them as well. That's
I know,
disgusting.
right?
I don't use steam rooms anymore though because of the tap water.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And do you have a water filter on your shower too?
Yeah, I had to. Especially out here, there's like uranium in the water.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can look, there's a government site where you can look at your city's tap water and all the levels.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
really?
used to live in Santa Barbara, and it's the most beautiful city ever, but it doesn't rain there, so the
Yeah.
water is very like
Heavy in metals.
yeah, and chlorine and just minerals that I just remember the water was it was rough there, and I had this like little plant on my desk and would water it with the same filtered water that I was drinking every day, and it started to turn yellow. I'm just thinking like, wow, I'm drinking that every day.
And that's filtered too.
And that's filtered. In San Diego, I think is a little better, but still, you know, it's a desert over there too.
Yeah.
And so we don't get as much rain, and so now I just get bottled water delivered because I drink I do a gallon plus a day, so I'm drinking that much water. I want to make sure it's like, you know, it's good.
I know
Good
that's a
stuff.
debate now too, like how much water you should be drinking.
Yeah, how much do you go for?
It used to be a gallon, but I've seen some, I'd love to get your opinion. I've seen some mixed things on a gallon now.
Well, I think so. Some people say it's too much. Or,
Yeah.
because it kind of like depletes your minerals. I work out a lot. I do triathlons. I lift. I do sauna. I run, bike, swim. It's a lot. I need a lot of hydration.
That makes sense.
And I do creatine, which means you need to drink more water. So the gallon a day is like my minimum. I fill up a gallon bottle. You
Making
guys
me thirsty
both
now, dude.
drank for your
Holy
water. Both grabbed the water
I'm
at the
stepping
same
up.
time.
I'm behind
I
tonight.
know, right? Come on, it's amateur hour.
So with
then
your lifestyle, it makes sense.
you get the trace minerals, and it's a little droplet of trace minerals because how we have evolved. We drank the water from the earth, right? From the springs, the rivers, the natural water with all these minerals in it, and those are essential. When we filter it with like reverse osmosis, that's what it's called, right? It takes out all those minerals. It takes out all the bad stuff, but it takes out the minerals too. So you need to remineralize your water. So I use the trace mineral drops. And then on top of that, if you're sweating a lot, I'm the salty sweater, they call it. So a lot of the salt comes out. I do electrolytes. And so sodium's the number one, but then also potassium and magnesium and I think calcium. So I just find it really important that it's not just water, but you're actually rehydrating with the trace minerals and the electrolytes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What if so I have like a reverse osmosis, like 3-stage under the sink filter, but then at the end there's like an alkalizer. So does that inject any mineralization back into it?
I'm not sure if the alkalizer injects any mineralization.
Yeah.
I think that has to do with the pH. I think it's more just the alkaline, which is also a big trend right now, the alkaline
That's a
water.
controversial one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to only drink alkaline, but now I've seen some. Health is always changing with the
Always
data, you know what I
changing.
mean? Like,
It's like, it's always changing, and then people are always making money off the next thing.
Yeah.
So,
Have you heard of Shilajit?
I used to take it.
why'd you stop taking it?
Just laziness. But
Okay.
it did work though.
Oh, I feel like more, alert.
My
and-
testosterone definitely went up.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
definitely.
It is hard. You have to have like a hot drink, so you have to have like.
It's
'cause
annoying. Yeah.
It tastes kind of bitter. You
Tastes
gotta.
terrible,
I put it in tea if I'm doing that after coffee. Put the mineral in.
It's really good to do after the sauna though, because it includes all those trace minerals and fulvic acid, and so replenishes your body after that.
Okay, maybe I'll start.
The
it
last
now.
thing you want to do after a sauna though is drink like a hot cup of water.
True.
Freaking.
I want to lie down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's a good one though. But there is a lot of shit quality Shilajit too.
Yeah,
You gotta work.
be
Yeah,
careful.
you gotta be careful of that because they're gonna have the heavy metals.
Yeah.
In there. I know Symbiotica makes a really good.
Yeah,
one.
shout out to them. They've been on the show.
Oh, nice.
Sherbeen and Shahib.
Oh yeah, yeah. We
Shahab.
should have giveaway with them actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're crushing it.
Popped off. Yeah. All these wellness brands are blowing up.
It's a good time for you guys. Did you
sure.
launch when this was like a popular thing, or?
It's a good question. We launched before this. It was actually simultaneous. So we decided to start this business, and saunas fell into our lap, and we realized this is perfect for us because we're very passionate about wellness and working out and entrepreneurship. And then like literally the day after we launched, I get a call saying like, did you see, I just saw an infrared sauna on this reality show I watched, like with the Kardashians or something. And I'm like, oh, no way. And then the next day see him in a magazine. Next day it's like this new article about infrared saunas. So it's literally like we started this business and started selling infrared saunas as this trend started blowing up. It was like impeccable timing.
Wow.
Yeah, and we noticed that the market at the time was dominated by two players that were founded in the 90s, and their saunas still looked and operated like they were built in the 90s.
Yeah.
And it was one of those classic, like, you can't go on the website and find pricing. You had to like put your name in a lead form, and you get called by a salesperson and get a hard sold.
That's the worst. There's still some that do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's so annoying.
It's yeah, and it's just not the way that the modern consumer wants to buy now. They want transparency.
They don't want to talk to somebody. They don't have to call.
I want to text them.
Yeah.
And so
Or
we're
just
like,
click buy.
we should remove the friction on how to buy a high quality infrared sauna, right? Make the pricing transparent, the materials transparent, and then we should design them to look more innovative and forward thinking to meet like today's customers' demands and taste. Because back then, you get an infrared sauna, it looks like something you'd want to stuff on the side of like your basement, a small wooden box.
Hide it.
Yeah, you want to hide the thing. And we were like, we need to make ours look like the marvel and like something you want to have like as the centerpiece of your wellness room or your recovery room. And so we basically innovated a more we have like this matte black patented look and aesthetic with like all eco-friendly stains, a more like glass forward type of design, and then we integrated better technology in it. So like medical grade red light therapy with full spectrum heaters. It's all mobile app controlled, where we have like built-in breathwork courses that tie into like our Bluetooth sound system.
Yeah, we all use top grade wood. We don't use the cheap like Chinese hemlock. We use cedar and eucalyptus, and
Nice.
and that, you know, you get that aroma when you first walk in. It's the best quality. It lasts. It
I can't wait.
yeah, and then also we have our outdoor model, the Luminar. We kind of had like really the first true outdoor infrared sauna.
Really?
Clearlight had one before, but you couldn't use it below 40 temps. So ours is aluminum siding, stainless steel roof to protect you from the elements. You can use it in the winter. So it's an actual true outdoor sauna that withstands the elements. And it's funny, now you go online and Google infrared sauna and they're all black. They're all trying to copy us. And they're all trying to, you know, have that look, but
you look under the hood. And
look under the hood, it's not the same. So you really want quality, you know. That's why
you went
we're
after
here.
that like modernistic look.
Yeah, the modern look. We wanted to kind of disrupt that market of that old just wooden box in your house and make this like chic centerpiece of the house that people want to show off to their friends, you know.
And one that lasts. Like any outdoor sauna, if you have it more than a few months and it's exposed to the elements, I don't care if like you live in Vegas or California where it's mostly sun, like it will degrade over time. It'll discolor, it'll warp, it'll crack.
Wow.
Even if you're spending 15 grand on a sauna. Or, you know, companies out there that sell outdoor infrared saunas, if you don't have a cover on it at all times, it voids the warranty. And it's like this ugly like black cover you put over like a barbecue looking thing.
Wow.
So I'm like, why would you want to spend that kind of money and to have an outdoor sauna when you can't really have
Yeah,
it
I'm not trying
outdoors?
to cover it every time I use it. That's
No,
right.
yeah, and like it ruins the whole aesthetic of it. And so that's why we did like the aluminum and stainless steel. That's all patented, is because we want to make sure that it's going to look the same 10 years from now as it is today.
Yeah. We'll include a link to all this and maybe a discount code for the
sure.
viewers.
Yeah, happy to hook you guys up for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to get yours. I think you're going to be super stoked.
I'm
on
so pumped. I'm actually
Yeah.
really excited.
Yeah, it's cool. You have space for an outdoor and an indoor. You have the option, but you get the best of both worlds. You're
Yeah.
gonna love it.
it. Yeah, we should do a compare and contrast. Would love to see like what you think the main differences and benefits are of our saunas versus other ones you've either owned or used.
Yeah.
Kind of get some unbiased feedback.
Yeah, I'll do a little video on it for sure.
That would be sweet.
Absolutely. Anything else you guys want to close off with here?
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, we covered a good amount.
Yeah. Any other questions you didn't want to ask us?
I guess just we could get into the business side of things if you want to close off there.
We could do it quick. Yeah, a little.
Yeah, I guess just scaling the company. I'm sure people might be interested in that.
For sure.
Yeah.
How that happened? Was it kind of by design? Was it a mixture of good timing and good planning?
Yeah, so we both have backgrounds in e-commerce and digital marketing, and so we took that as our first approach. Is we know how to scale online businesses, and I'm from like the partnerships, affiliate, influencer space, and so I wanted to associate our growth with let's hook ourselves to a creator that has a substantial following and has access to our target demographic, versus just spending a lot on meta ads and relying on the algorithm. And so I was basically cold calling CMOs of other big brands to see if they want to do some type of strategic partnership with us, so we can be associated with them and then tap into their already loyal user base. And so I ended up getting the hold of the CMO of Onnit, which is Joe Rogan's supplement company. They make like Alpha Brain.
Wasn't that Aubrey Marcus's too?
Yeah. They own it together. I don't think they're owners anymore, but at the time it was blowing up. They had the kettlebells and everything. And so the CMO was like, I'm actually looking for an indoor infrared sauna right now. Yours look badass. Let me buy one from you. And so I ended up selling him a sauna, and then we got an intro to the social team at Onnit. And they were like, I don't know if you know, but Rogan's really getting into saunas now and talking about it on his podcast. This is 2021, 2022 when he first really started like socializing it. And they're like, we do these giveaways once a month. We'll partner with a brand. They'll pitch their product and we'll do equal value in our product. And then we send the prize to the winner. And they're like, let's call Rogan and see if he wants to get in on it. And so we're like, okay. We have like, I think like 200 followers, just like our friends and family at that point, right? And we're like, there's no way this is gonna be real. It's not gonna happen. They call us back. They're like, all right, Rogan's in. We're gonna call it Rogan's Favorites giveaway. You guys are gonna donate a sauna. We're gonna donate equal value and Onnit gear like kettlebells, nutrition, things like that. And so we launched the giveaway. Onnit has almost 1 million followers, and we see like followers kind of trickle in, right? Like maybe like 30 an hour, something like that. Midday around lunch, this was the point where I still had like Instagram notifications where when you get a follow, you kind of get paid for it. My phone broke because it just started going buzzing and berserk, and like it like basically like you couldn't even see it because it kept glitching to so many followers. And so I finally get on Instagram.
You probably had an experience like that too.
I had to turn mine off a while ago, but yeah, a little, not to that level, but.
And so he just reposted it to his story for the first time. And all it took was a story post, and it was just and it would slow down after an hour. And then I checked back in during like happy hour time around 5 or 6 after work, and phone breaks again. and so overnight we got 35,000 followers, which is pretty big for us. And back then 35,000 followers is when you can apply for the like verification check mark. But that added a lot of legitimacy to our brand and made us look like a bigger player in the space when it was just Adam and I drop shipping saunas at that point. And so we got intros to other brands, and that was kind of like the impetus for our creator strategy. Now we're known for doing sauna giveaways with like the biggest names in the world.
It was
and so that was really like kind of like the jumping point for Sunhome's scale. We kept just like sending saunas to these big creators, and like the Mike Tysons, the Sabrina Carpenters, the Shaun Whites, the Steve Aoki's of the world. They would normally charge like high six figures for a post if I just owned like a water bottle company. But they reached out to us because they wanted the best in breed products, and we were able to work out a trade deal.
Yeah, it's a win-win for them, right? They get a sick sauna, they get to give one out to their fans.
Yeah, it doesn't take much energy to post, and then we get to give back to one of their fans as well. And so that really scaled us up. And then the second channel was we started getting recognition by a lot of the publications and editorials. Yeah. So they would see how big we got on social media, and they do this like independent testing. Think about like a Forbes as an example, or a Fortune magazine. They will have independent testing where they'll reach out to us and say, hey, we're doing an article on the top 10 saunas in the US right now. And we're testing all of them. Do you want to send us a sauna? And then, we'll conduct independent testing. And if we like it, we'll list you guys. Yeah. There's like no promises. You have to cover the costs of the sauna.
So risky, but.
And for us back then, dude, like we were just using our commissions from our software sales job. So that like a $10,000 investment, like really hurt us. Like that's a big risk.
Yeah. If you didn't make the list, it would have been.
Yeah. But we were really confident in the product. And so I think the first one might've been Rolling Stone. Oh, no, Mind Body Green. And then you just kind of sit because like the editorial schedule, it may not come out for another 6 months.
Wow.
Or whatever. And so we then finally saw the first one come in. I saw it on like Google News or whatever. Sunhome ranked best overall in market.
No way. Number one.
Number one.
How did they test it?
We had to send it to a tester's home. And then they have like a various like 10-point on like quality, safety, construction, and assembly ease, durability, power, things of like that they would rank us against. And we aced all of them.
Holy crap.
And then there were big publications. And so that ranked on Google, on the top of Google really quickly. And so then when other publications are starting to look at it, they'll Google and they'll do their own research. They'll see we're best overall. And so they would message us. And it was just kind of this snowball effect. And we just kept getting best overall, best overall, best overall.
So it's great for SEO and people doing their research on what sauna to buy.
Yeah, it's great like middle funnel. And people already know they want a sauna. They're like, I want to find the best one. And that's our market. It's people that have, they want the best of everything, right? Every single like biohacking tool, wellness product, they want the best. And so that's what they Google and they find us. And then that's why we're performing so well today, is because all of the LLMs and like AI platforms out there, they just spider the internet.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. So if you go on ChatGPT and look up best saunas, you guys will probably pop
because
up.
we're everywhere because of all the testing and all the work we've done in the past few years as well.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of people are doing their research now.
That's how I do mine.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why go search Google when you can just type it into ChatGPT and get all those results?
Yeah.
So yeah, Tyler, hit on all the points on like the fun, like growth side, but I think the other side of it was like just pure grinding on like the operations and like, okay, we're getting all these followers and orders now and publications. So how do we fulfill these and like build our own products, start manufacturing, logistics, finding warehouses, and like it was just us for the longest time. We were doing all of that ourselves. So growth, operations, and then we both were on the phones taking every sales call.
Wow.
Just us two, and every customer service call.
We were like in Italy with my family after dinner because the time changed, and we're taking calls trying to sell saunas.
and then we went on a ski trip in Park City. We're at the top of the mountain, got off the chairlift, and all of our friends are starting to snowboard down. We're like, hey guys, can you wait up? We got to close this sauna sale.
That's
so
funny.
we're just like, I think, it was a grind, and we were taking every single call, customer service, sales ourselves. But it ended up being one of the key drivers to our growth, because we could hear firsthand from each of the customers what they were lacking in the industry, what they were looking for, warranty wise, product wise. We were able to build our new products and innovate based on hearing the customers themselves.
Wow.
And then it also created this customer first approach, which is one of our key company values. Is customers first always. And so no matter what, we will make sure the customer is happy and gets what they want. And we will, if their product is lacking from what the customers need, we will create that product. And we will build that feature. We mentioned like your sauna is going to have the red light therapy built in, the app control, the warranty, the service, all those other features that Tyler mentioned. So that's been a really key, being in the trenches for the longest time was a really, was key to our growth as well. So it was just kind of a perfect storm of all these things, hard work, all these big names that came from hard work, just like hitting the pavement, trying to get these people on the phone, emailing them in the beginning, until we just started getting this natural recognition.
And then speaking of recognition, it really paid off when we got an email from, you heard of Inc. magazine?
Of course.
And so they do this every year, the Inc. 5000 list, which are the top 5,000 fastest growing private companies in America. And they emailed us saying, hey, like we're doing this year's rounds and applications if you guys want to apply. And so we were like, sure, why not? Might as well. It'd be cool. It was like $300 to apply. And so we submitted the application. They reached out like maybe 2 months later saying, hey, like you guys have seen pretty incredible growth. We need to verify all of this and get more data from you. And so we had to send them like a lot more data. We had to get it notarized, signed by our CFO, and to make sure it was legitimate. And then a few months goes by again, and we get a call from an editor at Inc. and saying, hey, you guys are going to climb your way up this list. We think there's a great story here from what we've heard. So we're going to start interviewing you. And so I started doing like 4 interviews with them. And long story short, we were like, all right, so we're doing all this work and talking to you guys, like, what are we in this list, right? Thinking like, all right, maybe like 1,000, 1,500, maybe they just like our story. Yeah. And we ended up ranking number 20.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the 20th fastest growing company in America, but then what's even cooler is we're the number 1 fastest growing consumer services brand in America.
Really?
Yeah. And so they came and we did a photo shoot in the saunas. We had a whole page spread with our article in the magazine.
Wow.
We went to go speak at the conference. we were kind of famous at the conference because,
dope.
well, A, we brought our parents. We were the only ones to bring their parents, but B, we were known as the shirtless guys because we had our article in the sauna, and no one has ever had like, shirtless
We'd
photos
be like
in the
eating
magazine.
dinner at like the gala, and there's like a huge photo of Adam and I in the sauna with their shirts off on the whole screen.
And everyone's like cheering us on. Hey, it's these guys. Because we were kind of, the new kids on the block there. But also, I would be remiss if I just didn't mention this, is that the team is now grown to 22 people from 2.
Damn.
And it's insane. A lot of those hires in the last year, we have strategics, we have managers, directors, customer support and tech support and sales. The culture is like one of the best parts of our company, is that we have created this magical environment where people, they say they bleed orange because our colors are blue and orange. They love working at Sunhome, and we got recognized by Great Places to Work. We got that certification. People say this is their dream job, being a part of our company. Everyone's focused on their health, and like, we have people that have like lost 30 pounds since joining and have, just taken their wellness journey to the next level. So it's like really affecting people's lives. And, we did a wellness retreat in Joshua Tree, brought the whole company, biked with electric bikes through the national park. We did meditation and sound baths, contrast therapy, of course, with our own product, because it was at this, shout out to Reset, this hotel in Joshua Tree, that has our sauna there and cold plunge.
That's cool.
Hosted us, our whole company as an exchange. So we've just really created this amazing team, with some amazing core values, with our heart and ownership, and like I said, customers first always. And so it's just been a really cool to see this culture transform and grow with the company. And it's been a key to our success as we grow the team out too.
That's awesome.
There we go. Adam really wanted to talk about culture as his thing.
I couldn't.
Culture's important.
It's
right?
important, right?
Yeah.
I had to mention that when you talked about growth and building the company out.
I mean, I could tell you two seem pretty laid back, pretty chill.
Yeah,
could
you
tell
do too, man.
It's a good environment. Yeah.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
not at 22 yet. We're probably at like 12 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you?
28. Mainly editors, but this year is going to be a lot of growth, I think, for the
12
show.
million followers, though. That's amazing.
12 million followers.
We're at 500,000, which is the biggest Instagram account in our industry.
I bet,
and
yeah.
that feels pretty
Well, I was
amazing.
listening to Alex Hormozy on the way here, and he was like, it's not about the views or the followers, it's about like your audience. He knows 2 businesses with under 5,000 followers that do over $1 million a year.
Wow.
So that got me really thinking about
It's about the quality.
Just through their socials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did
The engagement's everything, and
Engagement's everything.
When we filter and validate whether we want to work with a creator or not, the first thing I look at is like the real views.
Yeah.
Because they can say they have 4 million followers, but if they don't have like a lot of engagement or views,
It's about the comments.
Yeah,
Totally.
and then the comments, if it's people just doing like emojis or bots or something, I'm like,
Yeah, there's these comment groups. I always get invited to them. I'm like, why would I do that? Like, you have to leave a comment on someone else's page, and they have to comment on yours. It seems so like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When
That's,
you're at our
exhausting.
scale too, like both of us, it's like you don't want to be engaging in shady practices like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can call it too. And I just wanted to have one quick story.
Yeah.
If you want to cut it out
ahead.
too, you can. But we did our first big social post with. Can I mention who it was?
Yeah.
It was her name's Yoga Girl, right?
Okay.
And she crushed it. She has 2 million followers. We sold out of our infrared
No way.
sauna blankets. We sold hundreds and hundreds. I've never seen orders roll in so fast. We were like, we're gonna be rich. We found our new strategy. This was in like our first year when we hadn't even broke $1 million, right? It was the most stressful Thanksgiving, Black Friday, because I'm with my family on the phones trying to figure out how we're gonna fulfill these orders. But we thought, okay, we tapped the code. We figured out how to sell. We figured out it's all influencers. So then we find this influencer who has 20 million followers.
Holy crap.
20 million. And we were like, we couldn't believe, we're going to be
10x
billionaires.
We flew to her house in Florida and like brought champagne. We
brought champagne.
The day with her.
We were on that same Italy trip that he was talking
You
about.
thought you were going to retire off this
Exactly.
one.
We thought we were ready to retire. We're like, oh, she's posting today. Let's go. We're at it in the same Italy trip that he mentioned, and we're looking at our phones like, okay, let's go. When's that first sale gonna come in? And no sale. didn't come in, waited another hour, nothing, another day, nothing. We got zero.
Not one
not one sale. So that shows 100% it's about the audience, like you said.
100%.
It's not about the number of followers by any means.
Because that 2 million, she probably had a very targeted health audience.
Oh, yeah.
You know
And they worshipped her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loyal audience.
Yeah, like if you guys got like a Gary Brecka or like someone in that space, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did we get Gary Berka?
No, not yet. He's a long story.
Okay. But yeah, I know what you mean. Someone with those loyal followers.
Because even though he's at, I don't know what he's at, let's say he's at 1 million, he would outsell Kardashian. Maybe not Kardashian, but like someone big, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What's interesting is like his engagement is so low. It's like if he gets like maybe like 40,000 views per reel, but he has like 2 million followers. But
Interesting.
sometimes I guess just up to the algorithm.
A lot of the health stuff, I will say, does get censored, especially the holistic approach. Because I have a lot of data on this because I have so many guests and episodes and clips. So I don't know if that's at play.
Yeah, I wonder if he also posts a lot of controversial content too. That probably gets flagged, and so Instagram deprioritizes it.
Could be. He could be shadow banned is what they call it. But guys, this was fun. I can't wait to use my sauna.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll link it below, guys. We'll link a little discount. Check them out. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, man.
Peace,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Later.
Thanks for watching to the end, guys. Please comment below your thoughts on the episode. If you agree, if you disagree, I'd love to hear it. I read every single comment. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much.